There is one book in the whole history of mankind that has answers to every question you could ever ask about the origin of the universe.
What?
And because of those answers, this book was banned and then was lost for more than 2,000 years. The Book of Enoch remains one of the most controversial books in the whole of mankind. It makes books like The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka or The Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie look like child play. We first learn of Enoch in Genesis 5, and all we know is that he pleased God so much that he didn't die. He was given an all-expense paid trip to heaven. But this single act left us with more questions than answers. Who was this man who was so righteous that God had to keep death away from him? A special, mysterious character that no one really knew about.
Guys, we're going to be watching the entire video and then I'm going to give my conclusion at the end. If you're a Christian, you want to watch this. If you're not a Christian, you definitely want to watch this as well. But without further ado, let's get it, man.
The whole history of mankind that has answers to every question you could ever ask about the origin of the universe. And because of those answers, this book was banned and then was lost for more than 2,000 years. The Book of Enoch remains one of the most controversial books in the whole of mankind. It makes books like The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka or The Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie look like child play. We first learn of Enoch in Genesis 5, and all we know is that he pleased God so much that he didn't die. He was given an all-expense paid trip to heaven. But this single act left us with more questions than answers. Who was this man who was so righteous that God had to keep death away from him? A special, mysterious character that no one really knew about. Church fathers from the 2nd and 3rd centuries, such as Justin Martyr, Irenaeus, Origen, and Clement of Alexandria, all mentioned the Book of Enoch. The Epistle of Barnabas from the early 2nd century made use of the Book of Enoch a lot. The ancient Roman philosopher Tertullian even called the Book of Enoch Holy Scripture. For the first 300 years after Christ, a lot of people knew about and read the Book of Enoch. It was as popular as reading the Harry Potter series up until the Council of Laodicea deemed it wrong and controversial. As a result, the Book of Enoch lost its credibility and was banned, which is still in effect today. Your Bible doesn't have the Book of Enoch. That's how effective the ban was. With the ban, the public stopped using the book, and slowly, the book got lost in the seas of time and was hardly spoken of until the 1400s.
Guys, flood the comment section. Let me know everything you know about the Enoch, Book of Enoch.
Somewhere, by the late 1400s, whispers started to spread that the long-lost Book of Enoch might still exist. But also, some people banked on people's hunger for the truth and released forgeries of many books that said they were the long-lost Book of Enoch, until a Scottish explorer by the name of James Bruce found the original Book of Enoch in Ethiopia. He found the old manuscript in the holy collection of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Luckily, the church preserved this text despite it not being part of the canon of the Bible. The text James Bruce found is written in Ge'ez, which is an old Semitic language that the people of Ethiopia speak. It is believed to have been written between the 3rd and the 1st centuries BC. The text James found consists of 5 parts, and each shows a different aspect of Enoch's life, such as his encounters with the Watchers, his trips to heaven, and the end-of-the-world visions he had. James Bruce came back with 3 copies of the Lost Book of Enoch, originally written in Ethiopian. Richard Lawrence wrote and released the first English translation in 1821. Then, in 1912, we saw the release of the famous R.H. Charles version. 28 years later, other versions of the book were found in a cave, popularly known as Cave 4, and with it came
movies or the Marvel movies recently? The Anunnakis. But anyways, the comment section will let me know. So you guys, I trust you guys. Give me all. Comment everything that you know. I want to find out more.
These beings just prove that at one time on Earth, there was a race of giants.
Existed.
Now you might say, it's all really good stories. You might be right, but what about the prophecies that came true? Aside from descriptive encounters, there were prophecies from the Book of Enoch that happened. The section known as the Book of Dream Visions talks of visions and prophecies even from the very inception of Israel as a nation, all the way to the revolt, which happened around 63-142 BC. According to the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, the Book of Vision was written before the famous Genesis flood, the same flood that is recorded
If you know anything about the Ethiopian
culture.
Bible, let me know as
So,
well.
centuries before the events happened. And in case you are wondering, Enoch also foretold the flood. Go to Noah and tell him in my name, hide thyself, and reveal to him the end that is approaching, that the whole earth will be destroyed, and a deluge is about to come upon the whole earth, and will destroy
Crazy.
all that is on it. And now instruct him that he may escape and his seed may be preserved for all the generations of the world.
Okay.
The word deluge means severe flood or massive flood, the same flood we believe to be the Younger Dryas era that happened 14,000 years ago, when the earth was submerged in water. So, Enoch saw the visions of the flood and had to protect his great-grandson Noah and his generations. The Book of Enoch has everything to stand the test of time, but despite its solid interpretation of the events Enoch encountered, the quotation by prominent members of society at their respective timelines, and the book being used before it was banned, the Book of Enoch still remains shrouded in both mysteries and controversies. One of such controversy is why the book was banned and removed in the first place from the Bible. You don't understand. The Book of Enoch was a big deal in the past. It was read by a huge number of people in ancient times. So what was so controversial about the Book of Enoch that made the higher-ups say no to it, even to date? Only the Ethiopian and Eritrean Orthodox churches recognize it as a holy book. Well, there are two reasons. The first reason is that most of the books of Enoch were not written by Enoch himself. Yes, you heard that right. The Book of Enoch wasn't written by Enoch himself.
By who then?
The Book of Enoch is thought to have been written at different times and by different people, with the most recent parts possibly dating back to 300 BC. I guess so. All what I have said from the beginning of this video could be nothing more than a good bedtime story. This was ghostwriting at its finest. These writings are known as pseudepigrapha. Pseudepigrapha are ancient writings that falsely claim to be written by a biblical character. This kind of writing was very common in the ancient world, especially between 200 BCE and 200 CE2, which is when most of the writings that make up the Book of Enoch are thought to have been written, meaning the writings took place 3,000 to 4,000 years after Enoch was alive. In the case of the Book of Enoch, these writings claim that Enoch wrote them, but no actual scholar thinks that the patriarch Enoch in the Bible actually wrote the book, which means 70% of what is in the Book of Enoch could be a work of fiction, like The Lord of the Rings. The second reason for the rejection was that the Book of Enoch was riddled with inconsistency, which added to it being less authentic. Say what you want about the Bible, but the Bible is one accurate thought-out book. From Genesis to Revelation, every word is like a hyperlink to another verse. The Book of Enoch didn't have that level of accuracy. For example, from Genesis to Revelation, the one bad guy was the devil, or Satan, or Lucifer. Different names, but one being. That doesn't mean there aren't other demons. It's just that they're not named or even given as much attention as the devil was.
That's incubus,
but in the Book of Enoch,
I believe,
God blames a demon named Azazel for everything that is wrong with the world, which highly contradicts what the Bible said about Satan being the root of all sin and evil. The Book of Enoch, chapter 13, verses 5 to 6, also
enough. All I have to say is the Book of Enoch. I mean, I've never read it, so I can't say too much about it, as in I've never sat down and let me find the Book of Enoch and read No. One, I mean, if it was supposed to be in the Bible, for me, I personally believe it would have been in the Bible, but obviously it wasn't. It's not included in the Bible. But there are a lot of things that supposedly that I've heard of, including this video, that I'm like, I mean, that's a bit interesting, especially with the Nephilim, the demon god, I believe Aziza or something like that. That's interesting. So, which is, I believe, if I haven't forgotten, the demon, I say God, but who taught mankind how to create weapons, war. Some of them also taught, the females how to put on makeup and like become more attractive to increase lust and like to lure men in, and all of these things that weren't of God, something like that. Hence to why my subscriber was clever enough to send this video. So I appreciate you, because I must have mentioned in a previous video, and they commented in the comment section, don't worry, I got you. And now I'm watching this and I'm thinking to myself, like, what? This is interesting to say the least. So I want to know what you guys think, because a lot of you geeks in the comment section, you actually know quite a bit, and you're like, no, brother, it's wrong. No, yes, actually, this video is more right than wrong. And the Nephilim, as you can see, giants who once believed that it was believed that they roamed the earth. So I mean, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. So I want to find out more. I want to know more from you guys. You guys let me know what you think. And, by God's grace, maybe we could go towards something that is kind of like the truth. I mean, usually the truth is like somewhere near there. So, but let's see. This was a very, very interesting video. Let me know, as I said, what you guys think. I want to know everything, what everybody thinks, in the comment section down below. Smash that like button, subscribe, and if you're a Christian or a man of faith who's trying to obtain success without losing God, you already know what to do. Hit me up. Link will be somewhere in the description for you to join S&T. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next video, man. God bless you.